I feel like I'm visiting my Cornwall bucket list places today. I don't really have a bucket list, but I've always wanted to see Minack Theater, and that was amazing, so I'm so glad we went. And now we're visiting some mines. In my first trip to Cornwall, we did see several mines from a distance, but we were always just driving by, and I thought, oh, I'm going to go back later and visit one of those. And then we never did. Next thing I know, we were out of Cornwall. So I have been a big fan of the book series and TV series Poldark, and all of the dramatic stories that were told about the people working in and owning the mines, and just the whole culture of what life was like at that time. So I'm very curious about it. And I'm excited to be here at Botallack Mine, which is one of the mines here along the coastline. And it was definitely one of the places where Poldark was filmed. So I'm going to go have a little explore around here. It's a very moody day now. It was sunny earlier, but it's gotten quite foggy, cloudy. So I'm going to just put my hair in a ponytail and go out on the windy coastline of Cornwall and check out some mines. Well, I'm standing here on one of those Poldark cliffs overlooking the sea and trying to get close enough to check out some of these mines. There's several engine houses in different directions, and I'm still trying to find out where the count house is. Perched dramatically on the wild cliffs of Cornwall's rugged north coast near St. Just, Botallack Mines is one of the most iconic symbols of Britain's mining heritage. What makes this place truly extraordinary is that much of the mining took place beneath the Atlantic Ocean, with tunnels stretching more than a half-mile out under the seabed. The deepest shaft is 500 meters beneath sea level. Imagine working deep below the cliffs, hearing the crash of waves above your head as you mined for tin and copper in almost total darkness. This definitely looks like an entrance to a mine, and definitely looks like something I don't want to walk into. Mining here began centuries ago, as far back as the 1500s, but there is archaeological evidence of mining activity in the Roman era and Bronze Age as well. Botallack reached its height in the 18th and 19th centuries, when Cornwall was at the heart of the world's tin industry. Mining in Botallack stopped in 1895 as a result of falling tin and copper prices. Botallack produced over 14 tons of tin, 20,000 tons of copper ore, and 1,500 tons of refined arsenic. The last one I found most fascinating, and it was a reminder of why the miners maybe didn't eat the rim crust of their pasties if that's where their bare hands had been holding their lunch after a long morning of dealing with arsenic. The mining ruins are a reminder of the contribution that Cornwall and West Devon made to the Industrial Revolution and the mining industry worldwide. Cornish miners migrated to many countries, bringing the steam beam engines and mining equipment and technological expertise. Mining communities were established across 4 continents, and you can still see remains of Cornish design engine houses there today. Let's take a look around some of the locations here in Botallack. The Count House, which is currently the cafe, was originally built as a mine office, where miners were paid and the overall mine was managed. It was deliberately built in a grander style than other local buildings to promote confidence in the mine for potential shareholders. Also located here were stables to house the mine's ponies, as well as the sawmill, carpenter's shop, and the smithy. This is the Arsenic Labyrinth, a structure that housed a giant oven called a calciner, where crushed tin was roasted inside to produce poisonous arsenic and sulfur gases, which were sucked along the flue into the labyrinth of arched chambers. I always knew mining was a dangerous job, but the more I learned about how the mines operated, the more deadly they sound. These circular patterns in the ground are part of what was called the dressing floors. They were built back in the 1860s. At this time, nearly 500 people, usually women and children who weren't working down the mines, worked in this part of the operation, laboriously separating the valuable ore from the waste rock by bashing the ore into small rocks using hammers. They would then hand sort the rubble and pick out pieces of pure ore. This was crushed, rinsed, and roasted in the calciner to further purify the ore. The tall structures clinging to the cliffs are the Crown's engine houses, which powered the pumps and lifts that kept the undersea tunnels working. Today, their crumbling stone walls are some of the most photographed landmarks in Cornwall, powerful symbols of the determination, courage, and ingenuity of the Cornish miners. This sign is warning us to stay away from this building. I think it's an engine house, because Cornish choughs are nesting in it. We don't want to disturb them. To be honest, this was not what I expected. I knew it was a National Trust property, and I thought that there were museum places that you could go into and learn more about mining and what happened at this mine and kind of the history and culture and all that. But there's just ruins with no signs. So I'm really glad I came, but I did not learn as much as I expected to. But I did totally get the Poldark vibes being here, and you just feel like you've walked back in time into a really important slice of history for Southwest England. It's a bit of a steep walk down to the engine houses, but I'm really glad we did it. That was my favorite part of coming to visit. In 2015, Botallack and the surrounding coastline became the backdrop for filming the popular BBC program Poldark. This well-loved book series turned TV drama tells the tale of Ross Poldark and his family, friends, enemies, and the overall community here in Cornwall at the beginning of the 19th century, when Cornish mining was at its peak. This program has recently become available on Netflix, no doubt bringing the haunting beauty of this part of Britain to a new generation of American viewers. This is Ian filming me having my pensive Demelza moment. We're calling it Pensive in Penzance. I had so much fun today ticking these 2 items off my Cornwall bucket list. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. Why not share this video with a Poldark fan or someone you know who might want to come visit Cornwall? Also, check out a couple of these other Cornwall videos I have here, and in the description I'll include a link to my full Cornwall playlist. Thanks so much for watching this video, and do something good in the world today.